name's Salvatore Rizzo, and if you look at this big black circle on my screen, before I took out this company's hold music, it never had this black circle when I touched the screen. But I got an album filled with albums of proof of what I've been through. Where should I start? I mean, some of them are videos. I don't know if it'll pick up the audio because they removed the audio whenever I'm on the phone. So I don't know if this audio will be in it.
Camera's back in. And still at 6.
When I only had 4 devices, and they were saying I had 6, or that's when I unplugged
The
everything.
TV back in.
But I haven't had internet to that router for a while, and I put a SIM card in there, and it said I had 4 devices hooked up. But when I put an Ethernet cable to my TV,
Watch
it
when I
said I
turn
had
on
no
the cell
internet
phone. Stop disappearing, you fuck.
whatsoever.
When I plug in the cell phone and put the Wi-Fi on, watch it jump to 7. Takes a second for it to connect. Boom, there's 7. So what the fuck devices are connected other than these lights? These lights right here are ran through Wi-Fi.
My TV,
Which I didn't even see.
my phone,
What does it say how many are hooked up? 7.
2 cameras.
So let's see if I unplug it real quick. Still
I
at
don't want to
7.
waste a lot of this video on this. But let me see, I'll show you this. So these are just news investigators across the country. And I'm actually across the country as we speak. Which, by the way, Los Angeles is awesome. Snapchat. So these are the email addresses that were used to breach my account. They originally breached me through Microsoft, and they used this Outlook underscore Q4DFFB2046969 or 469, I don't know, at Outlook. They just made some crazy email up. But the only Gmail that was made was this Kago 1988. That was at gmail.com, not at Outlook. I don't know why it's written like that, but those aren't my emails. This shows that there's somebody else. This right here should not be here, that foreign phone number. I have to remove them every single day, which I could go to next and show you guys. Every single day these guys are hacked into my Facebook. Where's hacked proof? Hacked proof right here. So look at this. 9 sessions for Android. I don't have 9 devices. And it told me I was hacked by a BlackBerry, a Pixel, an iPhone, and then the same phone that I have. And like, as you can see right here, look, it shows 2 Galaxies. Where is it? Right here. It shows 2 Galaxy SS22 Ultras. Now, how is that possible? I nicknamed mine RZO's Samsung Galaxy, but then there's another one. That's not me. They downloaded this app too, so that they could basically intercept all of my messages, because I would wake up, after going to sleep, I'd wake up with a Google prompt for my Google prompt code, so that they would just get back into my Google until I got Titan keys. See, now this is what the idea I came up with, is to screenshot it and then pull the notification bar down so that it shows the date, October 7th. I removed them twice on October 7th. I took them out at 11:55 a.m. and then at 9:45 p.m. So that was one of the few times that I had to remove them twice in one day. It used to be, look at this, 60 sessions on my Android, 60 sessions logged in on my Google. The most I've had, folks, is 64, is the most I've seen so far. And then I bought these Google Titan keys, which I'll show you all in a second. But look, I'll just show you 55 sessions. Now this is something I left right on their company website, which if I was wrong, they could get me for slander. But every word I spoke is true. And that's why I could leave stuff like that on their page, because it ain't slander if it's true. And I know I'm not going to be liked very much after I post this video. But this Proton right here, this picture, basically tells me that my Proton email was hacked, because that's encrypted. And it says this email has failed its domain authentication requirements. It may be spoofed or, I don't know, something forwarded. So they basically hacked every account I have, from my Gmail to my Yahoo to my Outlook. All these accounts right here, these managed accounts, they've been in them all, every single one of them. And then there's them in there on the 6th. About time, I bet. Log in later. Yeah, this was on the 7th. That's after I logged them out. Remember, I logged them out, I think it was 9 something in the morning on the 7th. Where was it? I don't know where it was. And then when I go through all my apps, you see these duplicates with the little folder. That shouldn't be there. You shouldn't have duplicates of anything. Like, I got duplicate phone and messaging with a folder, duplicate NFC, duplicate Google Play Store. Like, anything that would be important, like, I got a duplicate of. Samsung is only allowed to spend 25 minutes per session on the phone with you when you do Samsung Smart Tutor. And the guy that I spoke to was so intrigued that he called me a total of 4 times and sat on the phone with me for 25 minutes each time, because he said he's never seen a phone hacked quite like mine. Now, I've gotten proof that my phone is hacked. I even went to Geek Squad and videotaped the guy at Geek Squad telling me, said that people come there every day thinking that they're hacked, and they're really not. He goes, you are 100% hacked. And he said it was out of his control and that there's nothing he could do about it. But, I mean, it's just to show you that they're in there every day and I'd have to lock them out. This, I don't even know what this is.
Pictures, videos, everything. Look at it. Oh, it tries again. It's 2,629 items. That is 35.8 gigs, and it won't let me do anything.
Yeah, they've tampered with all my evidence. See, October 1st, September 29th, September 27th, September 25th. I mean, I have more than enough proof, folks. They tried to cover up the fact that I was in Florida. Now, here's another funny thing. So, look at this right here. 10 devices. I don't own 10 Wi-Fi capable devices. Bottom line, point blank. Like, I have 6 of them all together. With my 2 cameras, my phone, my Xbox, my TV, and my lights. I think that's 2 cameras, phone, Xbox, TV, lights. Yeah, 6. So, there's 4 extra devices. When my house was broken into a total of 9 times. These Google Titan keys I highly recommend for people. If you're hacked, chances are I know who it is. On the FBI website, it shows that there's some $43 billion scam. But I don't know, things are crazy. So they covered up me being in Florida. This is the rental car that I had taken from Florida. I stole it, disabled the wires. You could even look, probably. You see how the mirror's crooked? It's because I broke it and ripped out all the OnStar wires. Left it at an Enterprise in Hamburg, New York, and got my security deposit back. Now, I was only aware that I was hacked for the past year and a half. This picture right here, thanks to them with their little black circle ruining my screen recorder, this picture indicates that they've been in my phone since day one, because I was a cook at Connors the first week I drove cab. So they photoshopped and put a picture of a chef hat on me and pickles and tomatoes and probably laughed their sick asses off. This is a bunch of pictures that they left in my phone, and coincidentally my one employer lives in Canada. So ain't that something?
They've been hacked into my account. They replicate my phone. They even got into my TV hub thing. I And then they put that 3 with the little 3 and the commas and all that. I'm actually trying to remove them off. It tells me like 8, it even tells me the
I don't want to go through
this will be some more proof for the New York
only when I
Attorney
had
General
56, like I said, the most I had was
that
64
Liberty
sessions.
Yellow has breached my account
When I lived
and
with
they've
friends,
been going.
when I lived with friends, it would be like I'd have to log them out every other week. Look, right here is where it shows sync my Android, sync my iPhone, sync my BlackBerry. Now at these points, folks, I only had an Android. I never messed with iPhone. I recently got an iPhone because they basically gave it to me for free. And the iPhone I have is not the iPhone that they say was logged in on my account. They say it's an iPhone 6. I don't have an iPhone 6. But let me see what else would be important here. Every time my house would be broken into, this is what would happen to the footage. So it says they're inside my home. Yeah, they broke a mirror. They drank an alcoholic beverage, left it empty on the bar. I found Marlboro cigarette butts in my ashtray. I don't smoke Marlboros. I also strongly believe they broke into my neighbor's house too, because the last day of the fair, I was videotaping fireworks and a green laser beam was out on the trees, and I didn't notice it until they put it on the ground by my feet. And the only way they could have done that is from up above. And they'd be good at getting in someone's house and making it so that person had no idea. Oh, that's got their picture in it, but let's not go that far. So I started my own little business, and it was called Super Sales Transportation. And I had people from everywhere that called me, and I'd save them in my phone. Once they got into my phone, they got rid of all my passengers. I didn't steal their passengers. I had people calling me straight off of my Google from my business. I went to City Hall and got a DBA, and they erased me, basically. And this drove me nuts because I didn't have an iPhone. It says I don't have an iPhone. I deleted this pic so many times because I was hacked by an iPhone device, and it keeps coming back. And that would be like my wallpaper. A lot of this is like HTML from when they were hacked in. I don't know if anyone out there with cybersecurity skills would know any of this. I see my Waze camera. Apartment company. I don't know computer coding. I wish I did. I have a brother that does, but when I flew out to Florida, he didn't believe me that I was in Florida because my plane went down in an emergency landing from a smoke bomb, which here, I'll get to that real quick. I know I've already posted it once before, but you can hear people coughing. Look what they did. It says this video is 8 seconds. It plays for 3 and stops. That's in North Carolina, where I slept at an airport for about 5 to 6 hours. When I was in Florida, now the cab that they garnished me for 8 months, taking all my money, was cab 955. I had my Galaxy S22 Ultra, which has an amazing camera. I had to zoom in all the way to get this photo of this plate. I reported to the police the wrong plate though, because my username was RZO for a lot of things. This guy waved me into a Baptist church and said, if I could tell you if you're going to heaven, would you be interested? And I went along with it and said, yeah, sure. So he takes me in another room. He introduced himself as Jerry, and there's another guy in a wheelchair, and he said his name was Kevin. And basically, Kevin stayed in the other room, and this Jerry went behind an office divider, and I remember getting nervous, not knowing what this guy was grabbing from behind the office divider. And he comes back with the Bible, starts reading scriptures out of it, and tells me to beg Jesus for salvation out loud, and for me to mean it. And I just did what the guy said, and the guy basically non-directly threatened me because I told him I was down there to meet with my brother who's got a PhD in cybersecurity. And after begging Jesus for salvation, he said, your vacation's over. You're heading straight home, right? And I just said, yeah, sure, and told him what he wanted to hear. But I gave the cops the wrong plate. It's really 955RZQ, and I'm upset with myself. This is when they were gonna pay me, because they took full control over my Google account. This is the day after they actually tried to send me to 825 Furman Boulevard for Jimmy Ellen event that was canceled 2 weeks prior to that. And I knew what they were gonna do. I gritted my teeth so hard that I broke my wisdom tooth in half. And they had full control over my Google, so I was emailing them from my Yahoo to my Google, saying I'll sign whatever form necessary to keep it out of legal action, and that I wanted to settle out of court. So then I got this message the next day. Now, I know I'm the only one that got this message. I know no other cab driver there got that message. And if you notice that ME in Medicaid is uppercased, because they were directing it for me. Let's see what I say in this one.
Salvage. The one that worked for Liberty Yellow Cab for 4 years and was recognized as their top driver until they decided to rip me off. I just got home and I went to go empty my ashtray that I do every single day. Smoke Newports, and I found the brand of cigarettes that my boss coincidentally smokes. 2 of them in my ashtray. That's a little weird. I just emptied this ashtray just yesterday.
Great.
Sorry about that. A phone call was what interrupted my thing. I lose all my stuff like they wanted. They wanted me to lose my silly rabbits there.
I'm probably gonna have to do multiple parts of this video because I don't know how big of a video I could upload to YouTube, but this is basically proof that I was one of their top drivers of the company. It is so nice to hear that, sir. We really need you in the company. Keep up the good work. Liberty's Dispatch is so proud of you. As we noticed, you are one of the best drivers we have right now. Keep it up. And I was making stupid money because I worked 7 days a week and I loved my job up until I uncovered what I uncovered. These are proof that I got on the Frontier flight, that my brother didn't believe me about being in Florida. And I wish he would have met with me because he would have been probably the only one that would have been able to put this all together and solve it. But, I mean, what can I do? This is them trying to sign in, and they'd be in, the IP would be like New York City or New York, but I'm sure they just use VPNs. This is the only thing I've ever photoshopped. My brother thought I photoshopped a video of all them paramedics. Here, I'll show you guys. It's probably in this album. Well, this is the video that went viral. This is when I told them I'd make an offer. Gotten worse. I look and now I'm missing lug nuts, and some of them are so fucked up that I can't even get the lug nuts out.
And autoreturns.com.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are listening with their iPhone notifications in the top of my Android screen because they still have phones connected. Another thing, HYL8446 is a license plate that is also involved. When the cop came here, it was on a blue Subaru with some woman that pulled in my driveway. They used a woman thinking that I wouldn't expect it.
Pause this. I'm gonna upload this onto YouTube and hope that it works. This is when they had full control of my Google account. It shows them at a gun store that I wasn't at because I didn't even have a car at that time. And yeah, I mean, I'll make parts 2 and 3 and until I expose it all. Basically, I'll just drop it all out there for you guys, and then you guys tell me what you think.